I would say that Siren Head might be an urban legend in and of itself. Enough people are vaguely aware of the Long Lad's existence, and as such there are some unofficial stories cropping up. While you'd be best off going straight to the source and checking out what Trevor Henderson has to say, there are some little details that you have to infer yourself. Tidbits of Siren Head lore that lead you to draw your own conclusions. And the conclusions that have been drawn are nothing short of urban legendary. Terrifying tales and bothersome behaviors related to the walking whaler himself. Hello horror heads, and welcome back to the scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your horror host, Keegan Hughes, and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 scary Siren Head urban legends. Now obviously Siren Head hasn't been around long enough to develop a whole crop of moralistic tales and factoids to call his very own, but we've done our best to collect some interesting ideas that will keep the legend alive. And of course, check out Siren Head's creator's social media if you want the official lore. Link will be in the description. Before we get started, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more legendary lumbering. Perfect, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, we've got Siren Head is the prototypical siren. No, I don't mean in the seafaring sense, although that would be fairly interesting. Sexy siren heads sitting on rocks playing music to lure sailors to their doom. We'll save that idea for another day. The siren I'm referring to is the invention we all know very well. The loudspeaker-shaped broadcast machine that alerts folks of impending danger. The devices strapped to emergency vehicles, the ones littered across areas with inclement weather. See, there's evidence that supports the idea that humans may have based their siren designs and sounds on Siren Head itself. People have discovered cave paintings featuring Siren Head across North America. These paintings appear to be quite ancient, leading some to assume that Siren Head has been around for centuries. How else could a big siren-headed humanoid appear in drawings from the olden days? If we're gonna take these paintings as fact, we can also assume that Siren Head predates the invention of the modern siren. Could this mean that Siren Head is actually the model in which modern sirens are based? If so, that would explain our visceral fear reaction to hearing the sound a siren makes. There's something about the undulating wailing that warns us of danger and really awakens a primal feeling deep within. Listen to a siren and tell me it doesn't make you want to jump out of your skin a little. Could it be that Siren Head, through use of sirens throughout the ages, has conditioned the human race to fear such a sound? And if so, what better way to make people feel urgency and alarm than by using that very sound in our modern technologies? See, many folks had assumed that Siren Head adapted his behavior and appearance to play on our fears, but what if it's the base reason for those fears? Kind of a terrifying idea, isn't it? Coming in at number 4, we've got Siren Head can use sound in different ways. If we're on the topic of sounds that Siren Head makes, we should probably investigate a little further. Most folks are familiar with the general creepy sounds it makes, like broadcasting strange music, snippets of conversation, random numbers, and of course, sirens. It's constantly making noise of some sort, although it does emit white noise while asleep. These aren't dangerous on their own, but Siren Head makes use of them very effectively, deadly effectively. Many people tell tales of these noises being used to confuse human prey. Sometimes the sounds are used to disorient and scare, other times to attract people with familiar sounds. Siren Head has been known to use the voices of loved ones and people in distress to bait folks. More recently, however, Siren Head has been reported to be using sound more destructively. Stories of people being killed with pure sound have been cropping up, and it's unknown how long this ability has been around. There is one account of a whole neighborhood being killed, with each corpse found with ruptured eardrums and burst soft tissue. Oh my. The actual mechanism of death is still unknown. This has also happened in another case where a man was discovered by a park ranger hanging from a tree. When the rescue team finally reached him, they found that he was long dead, exhibiting similar symptoms such as ruptured eardrums and the burst soft tissue, which begs the question, how does Siren Head actually kill people? It also prompts me to wear some earplugs next time I go hiking. Coming in at number 3, we have Siren Head stalks the back roads. Many urban legends take place in specific locations: bathroom mirrors, specific bodies of water, empty train stations. Siren Head has marked off his urban legend territory: back roads, wooded areas, and rural towns. It's been said you should be especially careful on country roads at night. You never know when something might run out in front of your vehicle. But what's scaring them out there? Definitely don't get out of your car, and if you do, don't follow any mysterious noises. Although, you might not get a chance to investigate if you consider the sound-based death Siren Head can apparently deal. Appearances have also been reported in open fields by passing drivers. At first, it seems to be a scarecrow or a big piece of installation art. A drifter's even claimed to see a telephone pole walking through the woods, playing an old song from hanging speakers. This lines up nicely with the claim that Siren Head likes to make prey of campers and hikers. So make sure wherever you go, you're well prepared. Those easily distracted or lost are often the ones who disappear. Don't make yourself easy pickings. Coming in at number 2, there's more than one? Oh yeah, evidence is mounting for this idea. Some may say that one siren head might be changing its form to more effectively hunt people, but with sightings increasing and more variants being reported, the one and only theory is losing traction. All sorts of folks have reported seeing all sorts of siren heads. There's the classic with 2 sirens at the top, or even ones that have many more than that. Some appear as moving power lines or street lamps. I've even seen art of siren head neon signs. Although that might just be a concept for now. Add in the variety of locations people have spotted sirens and we've got a veritable species on our hands. Many sightings have been in Pennsylvania, but reports have come in from all over North America. The cave paintings we mentioned earlier support this claim, with ancient depictions being found in different caves across the continent. And most variants appear to be the same height, but there are shorter ones out there. Rural areas are the preferred hunting ground for siren head, but more reports of distinctly suburban sightings have been showing up. They're adapting and spreading and ready to cause problems for all sorts of people. Keep an eye out. And finally at number 1, they hunt for sport. The most dangerous game too. Man. Thanks to a handy little fact sheet put out by the man himself, Trevor Henderson, we know that siren head does indeed exhibit predatory behavior. However, nobody's quite sure what it gains from the things it kills. It's uncertain as to whether there's a nutritional benefit from hunting, and nobody seems to be clear on what happens to the bodies that disappear following a siren head attack. Now, sure, the fact that nobody knows why siren heads hunt doesn't mean that they must be hunting for sport, but if you consider the hunting methods it employs, you might reconsider that position. It's clear that siren head uses subterfuge and deception to disorient and confuse prey. This could all be a game for the lanky lad. It could all be for fun. It's humanoid in shape, why wouldn't it be humanoid in action? Coming back to that report of the multi-siren creature killing an entire neighborhood, there's another detail that is extra disturbing. If the beast had killed all those folks and consumed them somehow, its motives would be more clear. But all of the corpses were left undisturbed. Why would something kill all those folks and not take any of the bodies? Well, for fun, or maybe to control our population. We're the in-season game right now. And speaking of games, siren head often sticks to the woods, yeah? Well, this is good camouflage for it, but if it was food it was looking for, I'd say hikers and campers wouldn't necessarily be a steady source of nutrition. It's possible that siren head prefers the woods for the same reason that human hunters from the city do. They like the thrill of it. They don't need to hunt to feed a family, but it's good exercise, and nature is lovely, isn't it? I wouldn't discount the idea that we're just a fun thing to kill for siren head. Well, were you ready for all that? Do you believe any of it? Will siren head find its way into the hallowed halls of urban legend history? Give it a few more years and maybe a few more mysteries, and maybe it just might. What'd you think of the list? Did you learn anything new about the hot monster of the moment? Have you read all of the official lore from Trevor Henderson? Make sure you let me know down in the comments. Speaking of comments, let's take a look at some of your more well-woven ones from the top 5 scary haunted dolls caught moving. Brian Baker says, my favorite toys as a child were a hunting knife and a bottle of lye, so I'm glad they never came to life. Plus, you were always prepared for an encounter with a haunted doll. Mr. Storm 2005 says, if there's a moving toy that is not going in my home, it's going in the trash. I feel like it might just, crawl out of the trash and cause more problems though, as haunted toys tend to do. Athena 8794 says, forget Buzz and Woody, mine was reading Indian in the cupboard. That's some OG stuff right there. I wonder how many stories were inspired by that one. Gilbert E. Adams says, haunted bionicle, OMG, I'd love that, it'd be proper cool. So you say that now, but just wait until it's trying to shove tiny plastic pieces down your throat at 3 a.m. Those things are pointy. And Angela Van Ruyen says, I am very tempted to compile a list of every individual thing covered by you guys in the channel so I can bring up exactly how many times each of you has spoken about Annabelle the doll. Also some SCPs. I mean, it would make our job so much easier. Could you do that? And hey, while you're at it, could you also compile a list of how often said doll and SCPs are mentioned across the rest of the internet, just so we know how popular they really are? Thanks. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Before I fight 6 redheads with circles in their eyes, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more monstrous manifestations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Well, you'd best be off the devices strapped to emergency vehicle. See, people have discovered cave paintings feature. Why can't I speak today? People have discovered cave paintings featuring. People have. Oh, I'm so sorry, editors. If we're gonna take paintings as the fact, if we're gonna take these. And finally, at number 1, they hunt. Excuse me.